Today I want to take a look at Spock, our general purpose assistant for businesses. I want to give you guys a very quick demo of what Spock looks like, how it works, the environment where you do your work, some of the cool features, and I hope this shows, if you're already using Spock, I hope this gives you guys an idea of what's possible, shows you a few of the concepts you may not have known, and if you are not using Spock, I hope this convinces you to do so. Because I do believe it's one of the most powerful AI assistants you can actually use today. So, with that being said, I'm going to be sharing my screen for the rest of today's session, and we're going to take a little quick tour of the Spock environment. So, the first thing you'll see as you create your account is your, call it, main workspace. This is the workspace I've got open in front of me. You'll always see these four little kind of boxes, showing you just some of the core aspects around Spock, working with files, research, images, memory. I'll touch on each one in a second. You'll see on the left side of your screen, this is your left panel. You can collapse this, bring this back if you want. And this is where probably most of your action points or your mouse will be clicking, to be honest. The first big button, the most important button, is this new chat. You can, from anywhere in the application, click on the new chat and it'll always take you back to this main workspace screen where you can simply start a new conversation with your Spock. And as we can see, Spock will sometimes think a little bit about what it wants to show you, maybe do a web search and give you the answer. That is your main workspace. Every time I've got a new topic, I will go back to the new chat. Now, also in your left-hand panel, you'll see here on the top are agents. I'm not going to speak to them right now. We will deal with agents a little bit later. But just so you know, this is where all your agents will be. Below agents, we've got collections. These are essentially folders where you can kind of really organize your work, organize your conversations. But again, I will touch on that a little bit later, but still in this video. Beneath collections is where we've got all our chats. Now you'll see every time you click on that new chat button, have a new conversation with the AI, it will be beneath here. And you'll always be able to access it, go back, continue the conversation, so you'll never lose your work. If you're ever looking for a chat, also in your left-hand panel, you'll see this little magnifying glass. If I click on there, I can simply search for any topic I want. Quantum. There we go. And I can go have a look at all the conversations and find the one I'm looking for. So you'll never lose a chat as you use Spock more and more. Now, also on your left-hand panel, you'll see your little settings button, your settings icon. If you click on there, you've got a few personalization options. You can change what the theme of your workspace looks like, a little bit of the personality of your AI, the font, what your enter key does. You'll also have the more traditional settings, your account, notifications, billings, and finally integrations. This is where you can connect your Google or your Microsoft stack or workspace, which would allow Spock to read your emails, read your calendar, enter your storage to read files there, but we won't be diving too deeply into that today. The other but most important button in your left panel is this right in the bottom left. You've got this help button. If ever you're stuck, if ever you need help, have suggestions, have feedback, please click on this help button, send us a message, and I can tell you that goes directly to the entire team's phones. We all receive it, we all see it, and we very much look forward to them because that helps us improve Spock. So again, please send us any suggestions, problems, or if you're just confused, need some help, please send it then. We will get back to you. Throughout the help, you can read a few of these tabs, and it just gives a couple of the ideas around how Spock works. Now, into the meat and potatoes of Spock, where the actual work gets done. You'll see in the bottom, you've got your message panel. This is where you can type your message to Spock. From here, you can obviously send your message. You can also record an audio message, kind of like a voice note on WhatsApp. Just if you're in the car, if you are working quickly, if it's just too much to type, please do use that audio option. So one of the most used features on my own Spock. Now you've got your little plus button, which is where you upload files, your little tools button, which is where you can access a number of different tools, and finally your prompt help. I will loop back to prompt help in a second. I think it's a very, very useful but fun feature, but we'll get back to that in a second. Now, firstly, as we look at the first of the 4 big boxes, this upload, this little plus, which you've seen in the bottom of your screen already. This is where you can upload any file type to Spock. You can then get summaries, work with it, have Spock do calculations, extract information, whatever it may be. Spock is geared towards enterprises, geared towards heavy workloads, which means you can upload significantly bigger files on Spock than any of the other AI assistants out there. So you can upload massive PDFs, massive Excel files, and Spock can calculate anything you need it to, work with anything, extract anything. We really have paid a lot of attention to making sure Spock is robust when it comes to working with your files. The second aspect around working with files is Spock can obviously also create files. It can create a Word document for you, PDF, Excel. The second big aspect around Spock is this research. You can access research through the tools icon at the bottom. As soon as you activate research, you can type in any topic you are interested in. Spock will then go do something called a deep research, which means Spock will take your topic, break it up into subtopics, do a bunch of Google searches on each subtopic, gather all that information, read over it, and build a very comprehensive report with all the citations you can imagine. Spock will usually pull between 100 and 200 citations per deep research report. This is one of my favorite features, one I use more often than I should, and I highly suggest you all give it a try because I think you will be pleasantly surprised with what it can do for you. Now, next to deep research, we've got image mode. I am very proud to say I believe Spock has the best image model currently available on the market. Image creation is very good with that. Generate an image of a tiger running through the snow. You'll see Spock will create an image for you, but where it really shines is with editing images. We have seen a tremendous amount of really interesting use cases around editing images using Spock. I actually think it's so big, I'll do a separate, very fast session on what's possible, how you can use it, where it can be used, just to show you guys what's possible with this technology. So Spock can create images, you can edit images, change the tiger to a lion. There we go. As we can see, Spock has given us that lion. Now, I really urge you guys, before even looking at that next session we'll do on images specifically, try it out. Try the craziest things you can imagine. We have seen some wild use cases for editing images, and in that next session I'll actually just touch on a few of those, what's possible, and show you some of the things we've seen. So really proud about the image model, and I think it will be a fantastic asset to your AI workspace and your day-to-day use. The really big aspect around Spock is we've got quite a strong focus on long-term memory. Now, short-term memory in AI is essentially one chat. Everything you say in one chat, the AI will remember in that conversation. You can keep working with it, and it will be able to recall anything. Now, when you start a new chat, the AI has no more idea of what happened in the previous one. As we spoke about in one of the other sessions around what is AI, that's the context window. If you haven't watched that session yet, I highly urge you to watch it. I think it's a fantastic way to understand what's happening behind the scenes. Now, what we've done with Spock is create long-term memory. So Spock will start remembering small things about you, how you like to write, styles, where you work, your job, things, big projects, etc. And Spock will actually use that memory across conversations to make it seamless, personalized, and to help you move quicker, work more efficiently, and more effectively. So the more you use Spock, the stronger Spock gets, the more it knows about you, and the more useful it becomes. Those are some of the primary features around Spock. Very lastly is the prompt help. I'll show you very quickly what that does. but I will touch on prompting in a separate session. If you type a very basic prompt, you can click on prompt help and you will see Spock will create a very comprehensive prompt for you, which simply means your AI will answer much more effectively. You'll get a significantly better answer from your AI. Those are some of the basic use cases. Those are some of the basic elements around Spock. I want to keep the video short. I want to keep it to the point. So that's it for today. I hope this helps. And again, once you've signed up, once you've joined Spock, never be scared to hit that help button, reach out. Someone in the team will get back to you. And we are looking forward to working with you and walking this AI journey alongside you.